In the last few days, we've explained how, with the practice of Satipatthana, cultivating the three wholesome mental states, namely Viriya, Sati, Samadhi, progressing along the path, we are bound to cultivate knowledge, beginning with the discernment of mind and body, and then progressing along the path, we come to realize knowledge, namely the conditionality of psychophysical phenomena, and we become convinced that life is a process of cause and effect. Because in the present there is only the process of cause and effect, and also this cause and effect also is as a result of relevancy, that is the relevancy of cause and effect. Knowing this, or finding this, we are clear of doubts as to the presence of Creator and so on, and become convinced of the process of condition, cause and effect. As much as we are convinced of this knowledge in the present, we can also deduce that this kind of cause and effect would have been present in the past, would have happened in the past, so that there was no jiva atta, parama atta, no individual self or soul, no supreme self or soul, and also in the future too, there will not be any such thing. Instead, there will be only the process of cause and effect. In this way, one will become clear of doubts, and whoever possesses such knowledge is known as Vipassako. That means the one who practices Vipassana. That is the one who practices Satipatthana by noting every arising object as it arises through one's own personal experience, but instead of through hearsay or from the books or from fantasies, so that one can now breathe easily and one will feel comfortable. Such is the real culture, and we will not be afraid of being punished by the Supreme Being if we believe in Supreme Being, nor will we be doing something to gain favor from this Supreme Being if we believe in it. In those days, when we are believing in the existence of Supreme Being, because we are afraid of punishment, and because we have to gain favor, we are said to be breathing with difficulty. We are being suffocated, or we are suffocating. Now you can breathe easily, comfortably, because you are assured of destiny. And then, so long as this knowledge is not disrupted in this very life, your destiny is said to be assured. So in this way, you will be assured of destiny, and of course, the real assurance can be achieved when we become Anapana, that is, when we realize the first supramundane path, and we will not fall into the states of loss. So too, with this knowledge, if we possess this kind of knowledge, that is the knowledge of conditionality, as much as we do, we will not fall into lower states. Hence, we will be known as Chula Sorapana, that is lesser Sorapana, lesser stream enterer, lesser stream winner. This we discussed yesterday, and at this stage, it is not yet the cultivation of insight knowledge. It's just the basics of insight knowledge. Today we shall discuss in detail how to cultivate, how to begin, or how to initiate insight knowledge, but not so much in detail, because if you do that, then yogis might get mixed up with their practice, with their discoveries in their practice. Just like in a mathematical sum, if you want a correct answer, your working should be correct. So long as your working is correct, you are bound to get the correct answer. In order to gain genuine faith and confidence, saddha, one must believe in the object of faith called Saddhya Vuttu. Then only one will hold the right view, one will hold the right faith, that is faith and confidence. This faith and confidence arises from the knowledge of realities, knowing it truly, cultivating knowledge. This knowledge leads to right belief, from right belief to right view. In this way, the three things are connected. To gain knowledge, one must undertake the practice to realize the truth, instead of gaining knowledge from books or hearsay or from what the teachers say. One can gain the true knowledge only when one undertakes the practice to realize the cause and effect during the course of the practice. Then it will be correct knowledge, which will lead to correct belief, to tends to correct view. Your view will become correct. What we know now, this kind of knowledge is known as samadhi, right view, right understanding. Why we mention samma in front of instead in front of deity? Samma means rightly. We see rightly because it is right. We see truly because it is true. And in the literatures, the deity, the word deity has two connotations. One is seeing rightly or viewing rightly. Another one is viewing wrongly, or right view and wrong view. And this is just viewing or understanding. However, the understanding or viewing or seeing can be right or wrong. In the case of akusala, unprofitable, unwholesome things, we may see them wrongly, and such a wrong view or wrong understanding is known as mecha deity. We put mecha in front of deity, seeing or viewing or understanding, and mecha wrongly. And so mecha deity, wrongly viewing, wrong view or wrong understanding. When we view in the correct way, in wholesome deeds, then we put samma in front of deity, so that it becomes samma deity, meaning right view, right understanding. Now, if one is not practicing Satipatthana and understanding the process of cause and effect with the practice, then one will not realize the knowledge, one will not know the truth. Hence, the mind is said to be incorrect or not going along the right path, not along the right track. It is deviating from the track. Hence, this is wrong attention, mecha deity, known as mecha deity. The characteristic of wrong view, mecha deity, is abhinivesa lakkhana. That is intense delusion. And the mind is said to be deviated, perverted, or wrong attention. One is pierced through, or one is overcome by wrong attention. Hence, this is the natural characteristic of Miccha Ditthi, wrong view or wrong understanding. The function is paramasa, that is the function of Miccha Ditthi, wrong view or wrong understanding. That means viewing in a wrong way, because one is holding such view, viewing that, believing in existence of Supreme Brahma, Mahabrahma, that there's such a thing as Mahabrahma, Great Brahma, which governs or controls everything. It knows everything. It is one and only one, and it has no happiness or suffering, and it is devoid of form. Either this kind of knowledge is gained from books or what some teachers say. One is said to be viewing it or thinking about it, just like sustaining, rubbing on an object. Your mind is always sustained on it repeatedly in a wrong way. Just like when one is practicing meditation, if one finds something, one may be holding that in a firm way. So too, when one believes in Mahabrahma, as much as one is thinking about it, taking to heart, then one will always be believing it with all these qualities, like one and only one controls everything, there is no happiness or suffering, and so on. And the manifestation, another quality of Miccha Ditthi, wrong view or wrong understanding, is very similar to the quality of natural characteristic, sabhava lakkhana. It is given as Miccha Binivisa, that is wrong attention. Giving wrong attention, and this wrong attention becomes manifested in the yogi's mind. Such is the manifestation, another quality of wrong view, wrong understanding. In the case of the first quality of abhinivesa, that is wrong attention, it is like this: what really exists are the mind and body, and if one does not understand it, with the practice of Satipatthana, one may be holding the view of the existence of person, being, individual, man, woman, and so on, and also the existence of a living entity in a being. In this way, one will be holding wrong view, wrong understanding, wrong attention. And also, if one is not aware of the cause and effect relationship, one may be thinking or believing in the existence of Creator. One will be holding such views. And also, what actually happens is the arising and passing away. Mind and body arises and passes away. They are impermanent, but one may be holding in an opposite way, that things are permanent. And what actually happens is the unsatisfactoriness of psychophysical phenomena, and one may be holding the opposite view, that everything is satisfactory. And also what really happens is the non-self or non-soul, anatta, but one may be holding an opposite sense, that is holding the view of self or soul or living entity, and so on. Such is wrong attention, improper attention. And this will, if one gives attention in this way, one will be holding such views like there are these creators in the world, and so on. And among many causes of such wrong view, the proximate cause, the nearest cause, is not wishing to meet with the noble persons, not wishing to listen to their instructions or guidance, not wishing to enter into any discussion with the noble ones, which means that one is avoiding such noble person. So that one is avoiding them, one is not trying to meet them instead of trying to meet them. One is avoiding them instead of trying to meet them. It goes without saying that if one is not meeting such individuals known as Arya, which are pure and noble ones, and also if one is not meeting or coming across those individuals who have practiced Satipatthana Bhavana to a satisfactory stage and who are knowledgeable in this practice of Satipatthana, although they may be Putrajanas, ordinary beings, because one is meeting such people, one is holding or one comes to possess this kind of view or understanding known as Miccha Ditthi, wrong view, wrong understanding. One should approach those individuals who have right view, who hold right view and who are walking the path of the Dhamma straightly, or those people who can explain the practice of the Dhamma both from the theoretical and practical aspects. So one must approach such people, and to approach such people one must come to a suitable location. If one comes to a suitable location, one is bound to meet such individuals from whom we can receive instructions either in a small way or in a large way, what to abstain and what to observe, what to abstain from and what to observe. So in this way one will gain the method of practice, how to conduct our physical and verbal behaviors, especially how to conduct mental behaviors, either in a small way or in a large way. And understanding this, we can take the practice and also receive instructions about karma and karma results, that is how good becomes good and bad becomes bad, and such kind of knowledge or view is known as karma sakata samadhi, the right view of karma and karma result, right view that karma is your own property. One should understand the docharitas, sucharitas, good conduct, bad conduct, and also karma and karma result, that good becomes good, bad becomes bad, and this is right understanding of karma and karma result, or right understanding of karma as one's own property, known as karma sakata samadhi. And it is very important, first of all, to receive this view, or to gain this view, that there are such things as profitable deeds, unprofitable deeds. If you do profitable deeds, you are bound to realize profitable, good results. If you do bad deeds, you are bound to suffer bad results. That's just as if you take wholesome food, you are bound to be healthy, strong, and gain good results. And by choosing to take good food, you know that you are going to gain profit. And at the same time, if you abstain from unwholesome food, you will not get any harm. So also, if you cultivate pure and blameless behaviors by body, speech and mind, you are bound to gain profit. And if you practice or perform impure, blameworthy physical, verbal, mental behaviors, you are bound to realize unwholesome, unprofitable consequences. This view, known as Kammasakata Samadhi, right view of karma and karma result, or right view of karma as one's own property, is a right view, Samadhi. And where do you get this from? Where do you gain this kind of view? You gain this kind of view from the pure and noble ones, Ariyas, or from those individuals who are knowledgeable in the literatures or virtuous persons. If you don't meet such individuals, or if you are deviating, if you are abstaining from meeting them, if you are going away from them, then you will not gain this basic knowledge of the basic view. And this is the approximate cause for holding wrong view, Micchadeti. Not to mention, if you are associating with those who hold wrong views, Micchadeti, then you are bound to be going the wrong way. You will be deviating from the right path of Dhamma. Hence the Buddha said, Yasa Buddha Jnana Jnanaya Satta Priyasita Bo. That means to realize the truth or to know the realities and to gain benefit, one must look for a suitable teacher. This Kammasakata Samadhi, right view of karma and karma result, is just the beginning, or you may say the gate, a door, in order to cultivate one's physical, verbal, mental behaviors, to become pure and blameless fully, and to cultivate oneself. In a sense, when one is traveling, one has come to a junction where one has got to choose which way to follow. There are three kinds of paths, or three paths, namely the path of human and devas, that is one thing, and the path of Brahmas, material, immaterial beings, and the path of Nibbana. So you choose whichever you favor. There are three paths, or three ways, namely Kamayana, the karma path, the path of sensuality or karma. The second one is Jhana Yana, the path of jhana, the path of absorption. And thirdly we have Jnana, the path of wisdom or knowledge. And as regards the first path, namely Kamayana, the path of sensuality, this is the path where one performs simple wholesome deeds such as dana kusala, generosity, the wholesome deed of generosity, or taking the three refuges or other social duties, instead of practicing to cultivate the mind and insight as you all are doing. If one is fulfilled with these simple wholesome deeds like dana and sila, one is bound to realize, one is bound to be reborn as human or deva worlds, where we can experience or enjoy human and deva happiness. And such is Kamayana, the path of sensuality. And if one goes straight on this path, one is bound to be reborn in the human and deva worlds and enjoy life there. However, such realms are not free from the existential suffering of old age, disease and death. Hence we cannot say that this is a genuine happiness. If one pursues such kind of happiness, thinking that they are the real ones, then one is bound to be fatal and deadly. One is bound to meet with deadly and fatal happiness. It will be good, but it is fatally good, and deadly good. So it cannot be said as the required genuine happiness. Instead of going or being reborn in the celestial world, if one is reborn in the human world, and as a result of good deeds in the past, one is enjoying life as regards the standard of living, but not understanding and practicing, not understanding kusala and akusala, and just whiling the time or enjoying life as a result of the past good karma, then one, instead of investing good things or performing good things in this very life, but one is doing unwholesome, unprofitable things, then one is bound to be meet with fatal happiness or deadly happiness. They will be happy, but they will be deadly and fatal. And also, if one is reborn as a result of good deeds done in this very life, one is reborn in the next life, or because of the past good deeds, one is reborn in the celestial realm, but one is not performing any more good deeds in that realm. Instead, one is enjoying life, luxurious life. Then such celestial beings on their body, on the death, at the time of their death, and when their body breaks up, then most of them fall into the states of loss. Hence, it is said that such kind of happiness is good, but deadly good or fatally good. Now, those who are free from senselessness, especially those who are free from dosa, anger, or ill will be reborn in the Brahma world, that is material, fine material or fine immaterial world, as a result of lokiya jhana, mundane or worldly absorptions. They are free from hindrances to progress, namely, especially the hindrances of sense desire and hindrances of ill will. And those individuals are reborn as a result of this lokiya jhana, mundane absorption, and they are reborn in the world of material and immaterial beings. And they will live there for a long time, many eons, and because as a result of this jhana, and their mind will be concentrated, they live with samadhi, like something is frozen, they will freeze, so also they are said to be, in a way they are said to be frozen with concentration, samadhi. With nirvana, being free from nirvana, hindrances to progress, they feel calm and peaceful. And as much as they are performing jhana, absorptions, as long as they are absorbed, they remain absorbed, they will be able to live in peace in this way, like something is freezing in the fridge. They will just solidify until they are taken out and made to melt, and they will go back to the original state. So unless one can practice the way of Satipatthana and perform this kind of wholesome deed, one will also, even if one is reborn in this material and immaterial world, Brahma world, one will one day can fall into the states of loss. And so that this kind of the life as a result of jhana, absorption, is known as jhana path. Just as when one practices the mundane absorption, lokiya jhana, one realizes this jhana samadhi, a right view of jhana, right view of absorption. So too, when we practice Satipatthana Bhavana, noting every arising object with energetic aim and concentrating our mind, we are free from nirvanas, we are overcoming nirvanas, hindrances to progress. Realizing this purity of mind, Chitta Visuddhi, discerning mind and body, that also is the right view. And again, with the continued practice, understanding the conditionality, this is also stepped up or another right view. And if we continue to practice in this way, we are bound to see the characteristics of the psychophysical phenomena which are subject to cause and effect, such as these psychophysical phenomena arise and pass away. Whatever arises and passes away cannot be satisfactory, and what is unsatisfactory cannot be self or soul. They are mere process. In this way, one understands the universal characteristics of psychophysical phenomena. Such is known as insight, Vipassana. This also is right view, and samadhi. This is samadhi. When we combine Vipassana and samadhi, we get Vipassana samadhi. Such is the path of knowledge or wisdom, jnana path. And this is the path of realities. Just as with the jhana samadhi, right view of jhana overcomes the hindrances to progress, that is defilements, kilesas. By overcoming them, we are calming and subduing or tranquilizing these defilements, but not the total eradication with the jhana samadhi. As regards the vipassana samadhi, we are eradicating, overcoming these hindrances by noting every moment. By noting every moment, we are overcoming every moment of these nirvanas. When one becomes fulfilled with this practice, one will be able to eradicate or extinguish these impurities to the point of no return. Then one realizes the path and fruition knowledge of the noble ones, by which we extinguish or eradicate these impurities. Hence, this right view associated with path or mega is known as mega samadhi, and right view associated with the fruition knowledge is known as phala samadhi. And then at this point, one will reflect upon one's practices or one's conditions with the practice of Pichavakana samadhi, the right view of reflection or the right view of reviewing. Just as someone who is escaping a danger or harm will look back after he or she has escaped what the situation is at the back, so too for the practitioner, after realizing the path and fruition knowledge, will practice this Pichavakana samadhi, the right view of reflection or reviewing. So, as regards to these three right views, that is mega samadhi, phala samadhi, and Pichavakana samadhi, are not to be practiced purposely. So long as we are practicing vipassana samadhi, we are bound to realize these three things as a result, as a consequence of vipassana samadhi. So what is important is to practice vipassana samadhi. Now the yogis are practicing vipassana samadhi, and they are walking the right path. When we are able to cultivate this vipassana samadhi from the basics and become fulfilled with it to reaching the maturity, we are bound to realize the remaining three samadhi, right views. Especially when we become fulfilled with these two right views, namely mega samadhi and phala samadhi, our mind is said to be rectified. Our mind is walking the right path, straight path, instead of walking the crooked path. There will be no more Vecha Ditthi, wrong view. Will be out of the orbit of the pull of defilements, and instead will be uplifted by and by, and then this will be discussed tomorrow.